Hello and welcome to a new episode of Bahrain Today, where we cover various news and topics of the kingdom. Before we get started, I would like to invite you all to follow us on our Instagram page, shown below on the screen. I'm Hamid Sarraj, and this is Bahrain Today. In this day and age, many people have become more health conscious. More people have shifted towards juices for a quick, convenient way of boosting their health. Different fruits combination bring forth different results, which Kumail takes into consideration. Certain fruits are known to prevent certain illnesses, such as the common flu, headaches, and much more. Let's watch how Kumail takes all these factors into consideration and adds his own creative twist in his juices.
The Kingdom of Bahrain has been a great witness of many rising entrepreneurs over the years, creating major competition in the local business field. A great example for this is Kamil Rajab. He was able to stand out with his ideal creativity and constant strive for success, which turned him into the owner of one of the most famous juice places in the country. While taking the first step might be considered easy, thriving in the business world is the greater challenge out there. So, what were the key factors that Kamil considered while trying to make in the competition, and how did he manage to stand out against many others? Many people enjoy consuming juices, not just because it is healthy, but also because it is a quick, easy, and convenient way to stay healthy on the go.
Joining us in the studio, Kumail Rajab, the owner and the founder of Joe Mommy Juice. Sir, how's it going?
All good, alhamdulillah.
Thank you for all this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I can see like from the eyes, everyone wants this to end up.
I know, it even looks better. I bet it looks better than it tastes, or the other way around.
We have to convince your eyes before your...
Fair enough,
Yeah.
fair enough. So, Mr. Kumail, tell us about Joe Mommy. First, I would like to ask what Joe Mommy means. Does it have to do anything with mommy? Mother?
No, it has to do something with taste and juice.
Okay.
So J for
Elaborate.
juice.
J for
okay?
juice.
And umami, it's the biggest tasting area in the tongue.
Ah, right on.
It's on the middle of the tongue and it's the biggest area.
All right.
So we combined
So
it.
it's right in the middle of my tongue.
Yeah.
All right. Joe Mommy.
Yeah.
Oh, mommy.
Umami is the taste area.
And the J is
and
for
J
juice.
is for juice, yeah. So
Man,
tasting.
that's beautiful.
And if you can go to our slogan, it says release your umami. That's why
release
we
your
refresh.
flavors.
Yeah, we refresh the area of
Beautiful.
umami.
Nice. How'd you come up with that? that must have been hard.
Sometimes the luck.
Fair enough. So,
yeah.
what are the struggles you faced while opening Joe Mommy?
Well, actually, let me encourage people to start up their business and let we say a different way. Challenges. It's not struggling. Like every challenge, you can come over it.
Definitely.
So struggling mean like you can't beat it.
It was too hard.
Yeah.
No, but
It was a challenge. It was a challenge, especially like when I started my brand, I was working.
Yeah.
So I was doing everything myself because I want to see everything, how it's happening.
Right.
So I started the CR, started going like and getting support from different sector and from the governmental sector, Tamkeen and so on.
Right.
So everything like I face it myself, and whenever there is a challenge, let me say, a challenge, I face it myself and I go step on it and complete it.
What would be one of the most challenging challenges you faced thus far?
Starting a juice shop was an idea because I like juices.
Okay.
and I was looking for something really nice to be in the Kingdom of Bahrain. And then finding the right place, which is one of the business factor.
Right.
Yeah. So finding the right place, location-wise,
Mhm.
good rent, because this is like
Definitely.
big part in your fixed expenses.
Definitely.
So founding a shop with a good rent in a good location was really difficult, and establishing the decoration and everything in the shop the way you like, the way you want, is really taking time, and there is a rent going on behind you. So
I understand.
this was really a challenge because nothing in my hand, like the contractor, the designer,
Right,
interior.
right.
Sometimes the material. We focused like on our design or our shop to be really unique. So
Right.
everything in the shop has a story behind it, and we keep like most of our things as a natural self. So it consists like lots of time off from the beginning to start up the business.
Right. So what you're trying to say, you got to be resilient. You got to try your best. Like nothing should stop you. Whatever it is, you will overcome. Correct.
Correct.
This is an entrepreneurial challenge, and I believe that in Bahrain we do have a very healthy entrepreneurial ecosystem with different parts helping you to succeed.
Of course.
You're telling me that you've got a story behind every single factor or every single challenge or every single little thing in your shop. What would be a story that you might want to share?
Like the decoration part in the shop. For example, if we go to the wall, we have a moss wall. So the moss is really not available in Bahrain, and importing it from outboard.
Okay.
When it reached the custom, they said this is food because it's natural grass. So they said should go to Ministry of Health, and so this story is really sticking in my memory.
Okay.
The flooring was from like made out of natural cork, and we imported out of different parts from the world. So each part in the shop has a story. The wood, for example, it's a handmade wood. It was cutted by a very famous guy who was tailored the helmet of Hamilton, the Formula One racer.
Wow.
It was really like, we have in Bahrain the helmet manufacturing company in Skhir.
So everything has a story.
Yeah.
And how would you say social media did help you, obviously? How did it help you?
Social media, I like, let me start from this way. Social media is a little bit more controllable when it comes to budget, targeted customer. So you can start targeting the like people in your neighborhood. You can start targeting the people in your area, and you can grow up. All this will like enable you to control the budget you're spending on your neighborhood, and then the area, and then the country, and then the even like the GCC country. So social media is affordable marketing tool, and it has lots of tools, let we say, in it
to reach the right people.
To reach the right targets, yeah.
Beautiful. And I bet you're very unique. Jumami is unique.
Thank you.
What would be so unique about it? What's the unique aspect of your business?
From the beginning, we studied the market, and we found there is different shops or different providers or juice providers where they provide one segment or one type of juices. So if we go to the healthy juices, there is a famous shop providing it.
Just healthy juices.
Just healthy juices. So they are specialized in healthy juices. If we go to we call it the cheat menu because we consider ourselves as a healthy shop. So we have a cheat menu, and we have a raw juices, and we have the classic, which everybody has it.
Right.
So we can group different people, different thinking in one place.
Beautiful.
So if you're looking for something without sugar, without water, without added things to the juice, you will find it in Jumami. If you're on your open day, let we say, and you would like to go for the cheat menu, you want to go for a light sugar, ice cream. If you want to go for a light dinner, instead of eating something, you can drink one of the juices.
How many calories would be the maximum calories in one juice that is somewhat healthy. I mean, with only fruits and not ice cream and milk and all that. Can you bring it up to 800? Or
It's less than 800.
less
If you go
800.
for the raw juices itself, there is no added thing to it. It's just
Okay.
a squeeze the fruit and the water from it.
All right. And you have any specific juices to prevent common illnesses like headaches? And,
Well, it's a really good question, especially nowadays, like we're entering the winter. We have a small thing, we call it a shot.
a shot.
We have ginger shot, beetroot shot, and spinach shot. So we squeeze the ginger
Okay.
and we bring the water from it.
I wish you got the ginger first. I'd like to taste it. I like the spiciness of the ginger
it's
usually.
really like making your body like getting
Warm.
really energized.
Definitely.
Yeah, so having a ginger shot in the winter, it will prevent you from like getting sick. Or if you're sick, it will shorten the journey of sickness. Like instead of being sick for 5-6 days, you'll be in
Yeah.
3 days. So it's really like I can see customer like encouraging their friends, family, whenever
try
like
this,
they
try
yeah,
this. Cool.
they bring them like try this magic because it's really like it can do the thing immediately.
All right.
It will clean your like throat and
Cool.
it's really like
That's
good
beautiful.
good experience for any sick people.
Cool. Well, Kumail, is there anything you'd like to add before we conclude this segment of the day?
I would like to say something and encourage everybody like who's having a passion to start his own business, let we say, to start up, even if it's a small thing, you can start. And for me, I started myself, but I have lots of friends surrounding me. I have my brother who was supporting, guiding, and I have my wife and my family. So everybody will help you when you start.
Yes.
Nobody will let you alone.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Mr. Kumail.
Thank you. And
Appreciate the juice. Thank you.
enjoy.
Thank you, viewers. So don't go away. We'll be right back. They say there is no trouble so great or grave that cannot be diminished by a nice cup of tea. And I can't help but agree. Wouldn't you prefer hot tea during the summer? Well, then how about iced tea? Tea-rific. Adnan is here with us in the studio to talk to us about True, T-R-E-W, the truly refreshing iced tea. Welcome, Adnan, and it's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Man, so iced tea, all these flavors, I look forward to have some of them, honestly.
I'm excited for you to try it.
So how did you come up with the idea of iced tea?
See, I travel a lot and I'm lucky enough to be able to try a lot of interesting food and drinks whenever I do travel. And one of the things that I did try once was an authentic iced tea. And I know the first thing I noticed about it was that it tasted so much richer and there was so much more flavor and so much, it was a much better quality than what we are used to in Bahrain, the stuff that we've grown up of, the stuff that we see in supermarkets and
Right.
at school or in restaurants. And I thought that why hasn't anybody done something like this in Bahrain yet? Why hasn't a product of this quality reached the shelf? So I did my research and I found out that it was a much bigger market than I expected in terms of sales volume, and there weren't a lot of players in it. So I thought it was a very good opportunity to enter into this industry because I've always been curious and passionate about it.
Right.
And so it started off from there, just the natural curiosity to enter this line of work, and I identified iced tea as being the perfect place to start because of the risk versus the reward base.
Okay. And iced tea, it's always like 9 months of the year is hot in here.
Yeah, so it
it's-
makes sense in
it
Bahrain.
makes sense,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And how would you say the ones that we have in the market or in restaurants or whatever are not, yours is more flavorful?
See, the quality of the ingredients we use are really top notch, and we've worked for almost a year perfecting our recipe to get the right balance of the actual taste of tea that people know from drinking hot tea or even their own iced teas that they might make at home, and whatever flavoring agent or whatever flavor the particular bottle is.
Right.
So What I personally noticed about Bahrain's products were that you were only getting that sort of sugary water flavor plus whatever flavoring extract was added to it. I didn't personally like that, and I think Bahrain deserves better. So I wanted to bring that to us.
Right. And with my very, very humble experience, I did try a little bit of iced tea. I see that they used rock sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Is that does that really makes a difference instead of using the regular sugar that we're used to?
See, I mean, it could be an issue about cost. It could be that some people, maybe it lasts longer as a raw material as opposed to cane sugar or castor sugar or white sugar. You know, there could be multiple reasons for it. I'm not too familiar with the technicalities, but in terms of flavoring, I personally don't like to use any added sugar in our products. I like the sweetness or whatever flavor to come from the ingredients themselves.
That's impressive. And who was your greatest supporter?
My team, the team of people who worked with me on this, I can't thank them enough. They keep pushing me. They're extremely supportive. They never give up. They're inspirational, in all honesty. They always, whenever I hesitate or whenever I feel like, we shouldn't be doing something or I get a bit nervous, they're the ones who tell me, no, come on, we can do it, go for it. They challenge me very constructively because I feel like they care about this project almost as much as I do, if not more.
Oh, wow.
So they actively contribute with ideas, and more so than anything, they've never lost faith in me. They've never lost faith in what we're trying to do, and I can't be thankful enough for them, honestly.
Wow.
Yani friends and family were also extremely supportive. Their encouragement after we launched has been phenomenal. It's been really great, and it's still going strong today, but I'm nothing without my team.
Mm-hmm. And what are the challenges that you faced thus far?
Because it's completely new for us, a lot of our challenges are internal. I would say a lot of our main challenges are internal, because when it comes to our label design, our content design, how it looks, is this the right look we're going for? Is this what people are going to be attracted to? How do we position a product? How do we place it? Who are we targeting? These are the kind of struggles we have because of our limited experience. We only started in July, and so we're still getting to grips with how this particular industry works. Externally, we've been lucky enough not to face many challenges. Alhamdulillah, the adoption of the project has been really good. The response from customers and the response from the market has been great as well, and we're lucky to be listed in over 30 outlets in just 4 months of work. So it's been great. There are minor delays here and there with listing it on the shelves and all, but that's all standard. So alhamdulillah, no main challenges are internal.
That's impressive.
Alhamdulillah.
And can you talk to us about the flavors of the iced tea that we've got in front of us?
Yeah, so we have 7 flavors. We have our original, our peach, and our lemon and lime, which most people in this market are already familiar with because of the presence of other other brands there. But what differentiates us is our extra flavors that I feel like are very strange and exotic, and people may not have seen them if not being accustomed to them. So we have our grape, our jasmine, our Earl Grey, and our blackcurrant. So, I mean, I've personally, before starting this, I never even thought you could have different types of fruits in iced tea, and especially fruits like grape and blackcurrant. Jasmine, I never had thought it would taste good, but I was really surprised pleasantly. So, adding that diversity to the market, adding that sort of giving people the range and the chance to sample different types, so that they're not just restricted to the ones that they're used to. I think that's what sets us apart.
So, speaking of plans, tell us about your future plans. What do you have?
I mean, shortly after we launched the iced tea, we launched our King Coconut Water brand as well. Now, King Coconut Water is also something new to the Bahrain market because we're one of the only people who are doing it. It's different from the regular green coconut that you see everywhere, the ones that come from Thailand and Malaysia, Vietnam, those places that come in the cardboard Tetra packs. King coconut is actually only native to Sri Lanka, and it's about 10 times more nutritional than a regular coconut. And
Wow.
the flavor profile is completely different. It's so much better for hydration. It's refreshing, and ours is 100% organic. So we launched the King coconut less than 2 months after launching the iced tea. We do have more products in the pipeline as well that we're working on. The future is bright. We have big plans, and we're looking at expanding the range
Wow.
as much as possible.
How do you build that kind of awareness to the consumer?
Essentially, as much marketing as you do, I feel like people don't really want to sit there and get lectured, right? So it helps a lot when you can get as many people as possible to try it and then talk about it.
Definitely.
And
And
the same way you and I are just having a conversation right now, and you just learnt about King coconut.
King
You might
coconut.
see it somewhere and
Yeah.
talk to someone that you're with and say, "Oh yeah, I've heard about this before. It's supposed to be,
Nourishing.
this and this." I guess for us, especially in a place that like Bahrain, where the market is small and where it does spread quickly, that would be one of the best ways for us to market
Definitely.
ourselves.
Word of mouth. So, do you deliver?
We don't do personal deliveries. We don't do any retail sale. We're mainly wholesale suppliers. So we supply to hypermarkets, supermarkets, restaurants, hotels, coffee shops, fitness centers, and we sell at wholesale prices. Here and there, if somebody asks, we would sell them a carton, but we primarily focus on selling at wholesale.
Definitely. And can you tell us a little bit about the process of making?
I mean, without getting too technical,
Details,
because I'm not very technical, I'm not too good at that. It's basically we source the highest quality tea leaves possible. We look for only natural extracts of the flavoring agents that we use. We try not to have any artificial flavoring at all. We don't, in essence, and I want to stay on that track of not adding anything artificial to our drinks. Combined with the other ingredients, there are different stages of the brewing process. It takes all in all about 4 weeks before they're bottled.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, would you like to add anything to conclude for the day?
No, I think we've gone through
Covered,
everything.
yeah.
I'm really
I tried.
excited to be here. Yeah, no, you went, you made sure you were concise enough, and it was a great opportunity, and I'm really excited for what we can achieve with
Definitely.
this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Viewers, don't go away. We'll be back in a bit. Sisters are angels who lift us up when we forget to fly. With the support of her sister, Malak was able to pursue her musical talent, having a great passion for music at a young age. Malak was taught on using her musical ears to pick up musical notes. And we are very excited to have her perform for us today. Welcome, Malak. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on? Having a good weekend?
Yes.
Great, that's good. Can you tell us about your journey, how your sister played a big role in you being in the music industry?
Well, growing up with my sister, Yasmin has always been to music since she was 3 years old.
Right.
And when I turned like around 14, 13, she got me on the piano and she started playing notes with me with a blindfold on my eyes.
Oh wow.
And then she would tell me to guess what the note I played. And day by day I just picked it up, and from there we just started playing together.
Wow. And from the piano you are now playing the guitar. How come the
Yes.
guitar?
The piano, I didn't feel like it suited me, and I
Mhm.
was more into the the string,
Okay, fair enough.
instruments with strings.
All right,
And yeah, so I moved to guitar and I started teaching myself there.
nice. So the way she helped you figuring out the notes was blindfolding you, correct?
Yeah,
Did
or
you?
having me close my eyes. So
Yeah. And how did you manage to pick up the notes in a very early stage? How did that happen?
I honestly don't know. I think it's something like genes.
All
I guess.
right. Does your dad, mother, family?
My
Uncle.
family is very
Okay.
invested into music.
All right.
My mom used to play the guitar when she was young,
Cool.
and my dad is a lover for classical music.
Wow.
So yeah, it kind of runs in the family a little bit.
Cool.
So, yeah.
A little bit. Just a little
Yeah, a
bit.
little
Mother, father, sister, just and you now.
Just a little bit.
All right. And how long do you practice, like on a daily basis, weekly basis? Let's say. How many hours with that?
Every day for hours and hours.
Do you focus more on the vocal because you also sing, correct?
Yeah.
Do you focus on either or, both together?
I only picked up the singing, like, I think in grade 10, which was like 2-3 years ago.
2-3 years ago.
And my main focus for the last year was to learn how to finger style instead of just spitting. So I can do like a bunch of variety of songs in my own way. So yeah.
How does that work on your own way? In your own way, you're saying?
First, I would look up the chords
Mhm.
and then see the formation of them, and see what strumming pattern would work, and then try to switch it into finger style.
Wow.
So, and I also had help from my friends
Okay,
too.
cool.
So.
Do you think you'll get more into vocals in the future, or the strings in the future?
I'm hoping both.
Both.
Yeah.
Would you go to music school maybe after you're done with school?
I actually wanted to do that. I wanted to study music therapy
Mm-hmm.
because I'm very interested in psychology and how music would affect your psyche and all that.
Wow.
And but I decided to go to business school for now, and then in the future maybe I'll have like my own music business or something.
Beautiful. And how does you're saying you're interested in music therapy?
Mhm.
So how would music? How is music therapeutical or therapeutic?
Well, I feel like the songs you listen to, well, this is actually a proven fact that the songs you listen to have an effect on your heartbeats.
Huh.
And I carried an experiment out with that. So
All right.
we had like the measure, like the device that measures your heartbeats, and we played different kind of songs,
Mm-hmm.
and we saw how the heartbeats changed,
Wow.
and it, like the melodies and all that, they all affect your mental health.
Wow. And how would classic music affect your heartbeat?
I personally didn't try with me, but like I would assume it would calm it down
Calm it
because
down.
it's very
Mellow.
Yeah.
Chill.
something like that.
Cool. And how? Where do you want to be in the future? Where do you see yourself in the future?
Hopefully,
In the music industry, in the music business, and not.
Right now, I'm only focusing on like my current events
Okay.
and all that. But and I hope so in the future I will have like my own singles and all that.
All right. So what do you have for us today?
I'm playing one song by Billie Eilish,
Okay.
and maybe the second song will be Billie Eilish too. We'll
All
have
right.
to see.
Please.
So.
Standing there, killing time, didn't commit to anything but a crime. Leaders on vacation, an open invitation. Animals in evidence, barely days look more like big defense. Once you dead inside, all them friends were dead and by them. Hills burn in California, my turn to ignore you. To say I didn't warn you. Oh, the truth goes go to hell. Deceiving God itself has enemies, but once the water starts to rise. Get your friend without some greenery, walking wearing feathers. Peter should know better. Cover up, staving in. Your man is such a fool, why are we saving him? Poisoning themselves and betting for our help. Wow, hell's burn in California. My turn to ignore you. Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, the dirt girls go to hell. Even God herself has enemies. Yeah, once the water starts to rise, heaven's out of sight. You want the devil on your team. My Lucifer's lonely. Told the girls go to hell. Yeah, God herself has enemies. Yeah, once the water starts to rise, heaven's out of sight. You want the devil on your team.
Wow. Wow, that was beautiful. How do you practice those vocals? Because I see that you go high, deep and then low and then.
Actually, I have Mahdi to, yani, I owe this for Mahdi. He's the owner of Sonder.
Okay.
We would go, like, he would have me at his place at like 9 a.m. on a Friday for like weeks and weeks. And we'd just work on one song for like 5 hours straight.
Wow.
Yeah, even though he like has many things to do, he would just like free himself for us.
Right.
So, yeah.
So, do you play anywhere other than Saunders?
Well, I've played in many venues. I've played in Raven's Nest,
Right.
Mashq,
Nice.
the K Market.
Cool.
But I mainly am right now invested more into Sonder.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
it's a very family.
When's your next gig?
We'll have to find out.
Soon enough.
There's a lot of things in
Please,
plan.
let us know. That was beautiful. I want to listen to more of this. Please.
Thank you.
Viewers, wasn't that amazing? Don't go away. We'll be right back. And that is all for this evening. We thank all our guests who were with us, and we will see you next time in Bahrain Today. If you'd like to be with us on the show or have any suggestions or questions for us, then contact us on our accounts shown on the screen. Goodbye and God bless. But before you go, I'll leave you with one more song with Balak.
This night is cruel in the kingdom. I can feel you fade away. From the kitchen to the bathroom sink, and your steps keep me away. Don't cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. I once was a man with dignity and grace. I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. So please, please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. And if you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. Down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Coasting, drag my feet on the tile as I'm walking down a corridor. And I know we haven't talked in a while, so I'm looking for an open door. Cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. Once was a man with dignity and grace. I'm slipping through the cracks of your cold embrace. So please, please, could you find a way to let me down slowly? A little sympathy, I hope you can show me. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. And if you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. Down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna go, then I'll be so lonely. And if you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. And I can didn't stop myself from falling down, and I didn't stop myself from falling down, and I didn't stop myself from falling down, and I didn't stop myself from falling down. But you found a way to let me down slowly. A little sympathy, I hope you didn't show me. If you wanna do, then I'd be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. Let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down, let me down, down, let me down, down, let me down. If you wanna do, then I'll be so lonely. And if you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly. If you wanna do, then I'll be so lonely. If you're leaving, baby, let me down slowly.